How's it going, guys? Bibi here. Today we have got a very special video because we have hit 2,000 subscribers. It has been nearly 5 years and I'm so happy that we managed to hit this milestone. It took quite a while to get from 1,000 to 2,000, but that is totally fine. You guys are amazing. I want to say a very big thank you to you all. And today we have got a Q&A. So the first question here is from Scott's Gaming, who says, what are your 5 favourite figures if you would have to choose out of all of them? Okay, so my 5 favourite figures would have to be this Holo figure, this Nendoroid. I've had it for a while. I've been meaning to do a figure review on it, but I've misplaced the box, and that box has some extra bits and pieces, so like extra face plates and extra accessories, and I kind of can't do it without it. So once I find that box, I can do a figure review of this. But yeah, I love Holo. I love Spice and Wolf. My next favourite would have to be this one here, my Katori figure. I haven't done a figure review on this one yet, mainly because when I went to do the figure review, I realised that she was damaged and I didn't have the little star like is at the top of this little koto bird. So yeah, I've been holding off on it. I've had this one for a very long time. This cost me an arm and a leg. Back before the second wave of the Ulta figures releasing, she was like $400 and I wanted her, and then about a month later they released her in a second wave of figures. So I was kind of annoyed. I did, however, buy a replacement for this because, yeah, I don't like my figures to be broken. Unfortunately, I do have a few of those, which I am planning on fixing in another video at some point, so look forward to that. But this one here is beautiful. Absolutely love it. That one's made by Ulta. Also made by Ulta is this Maki figure. This one's just gorgeous. I have done a figure review on it, and you guys will know why this one is particularly special for me if you have seen that video. If you haven't, then go and check the iCard, which is up there. I can never remember where the iCard goes. But yeah, I've got a little thingy for you guys. Another one that I have done a figure review of is my second best girl, Hanayo. So this one here is a part of a group. I only have her. There is Nico and Reen for this set, and she is gorgeous. I love her to bits. She was my #1 girl for a very long time until Hanamaru came around. And speaking of Hanamaru, my other favourite figure would have to be this one here by Wave, which is another one that I have done a figure review on if you want to know the particulars about how much it cost and all that kind of stuff. But yes, I just love everything about this one. Her clothes, the way that they have dressed her and painted her, and yeah, it's just so cute. And I have the Ruby here, as you see, which is a part of the same set. So yeah, that would have to be my favourite figures. I do have a few other favourites, but they are not safe for work. So we'll keep to the safe for work things for today. The next question is by Hilarious, and they ask which one is my favourite figure. If I had to pick like #1 favourite figure, I'd probably say one of the Ulta ones, probably the Maki, just because of how beautiful it is. What do I do for a living? I do YouTube. Not that I really make money off of YouTube. I have gotten 2 paychecks, and if you want to know more about like getting paid on YouTube and some advice and all that kind of stuff, let me know and I can make a video talking about the business side of YouTube and stuff. But yeah, because of my condition, I can't work at like a normal day job. So YouTube keeps me active. It keeps my brain active with like writing and just speaking to the camera and all that kind of cool stuff. So yeah, if I had to say like what do I do for a living, YouTube, because yeah, I've been doing this for nearly 5 years. And have I been to Japan? No, I have not, but I really want to. I have a few things in the pipelines that I want to do before I travel. Just adult stuff like buying a house one day and all that kind of stuff, but I do want to go to Japan at some point in time, probably before I have a family and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is an interesting question. They asked what figures have I got on pre-order and which ones am I looking forward to. So for May I have got Sabbat of the Witch Meguru. So this one is a cast off figure. It's a little bit pricey, upwards of like $200, so all of these figures will be kind of pricey. I've got a Nendoroid coming from Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert as Long as She's a Cutie. I loved that series, and as soon as I saw that this was going to be a Nendoroid, I was like, oh my god, I need to buy it. So yeah, I went and put that one on pre-order, which again comes out in May. Got quite a few coming out of May, which could be a little bit of a problem. Hopefully some of them get pushed, otherwise yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Another reasonably expensive one, and this one is based off of an art illustration picture. You can see the picture that she is based off of in this picture here. She comes with a nice big tapestry, kind of like this one here, which I cannot wait. It is so cute. I love the cat and love the pose. So yes, this one is going to be a little bit more expensive, probably around about like 320 New Zealand dollars. So yeah, I know, my wallet is sad. And lastly is one that I'm really looking forward to turning up, which I paid for before we went into lockdown, and then we had to close off our borders, and we now aren't getting figures sent from Japan or any mail in general other than bills. For some reason, while we're in lockdown, we're still getting our bills. So yeah. But this one here is just so cute. It's a chick sitting on a bar stool and she's drinking sake, and I just fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. And again, she comes with a poster, so yeah, things are going to be reasonably hard to pay for, but you know what, it's fine. I need my waifu babies. And the last question for this one is, what's your favorite animal? Cat. I absolutely love cats. I have 3 fur babies of my own. They are all a bunch of sooks, and I just love them to bits. We've got a question from Lou's Corner, who asks, what do I think of Animal Crossing so far? So if you guys didn't know, I went and bought the special edition Animal Crossing Switch, as you see right there, and I did unbox it on the channel, so make sure to go and check that out later. But let's see, what do I think of the game? I absolutely love it. Considering I have over 200 hours logged in the game, yeah, it's kind of the only thing that we can do while we're in lockdown is, you know, play video games, and that's what I've been doing. Once I managed to get myself an Elgato, I want to show you guys my town and show you what I've been doing this past month. I love the fact that you can go to other people's islands and get to trade items, and yeah, I have fallen in love with this game so much. I will say that I rather play the game docked, so you're playing it on the television rather than in handheld mode. I don't know, it's just a thing about being able to play it on the big screen. It's so much better. Gabriel Scott has a few questions. So the first one he asks is, favourite shoujo manga or anime? Well, I don't really read manga, but anime, I'd have to say Paradise Kiss. I made a Bibi's pick on it years ago, so if you haven't seen that one, it's more of my popular video. It seemed to have popped off, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Paradise Kiss, it is amazing anime and I absolutely love it to bits. Shonen anime would probably have to be Seven Deadly Sins. I'm not really caught up on it yet, but what I watched already I absolutely adore. Top 5 waifus and husbandos. So husbandos, I'd have to say Vegeta, Kent from Amnesia, Kyoya from Oran High School Host Club, Tomoe from Kami-sama Kiss, and of course Tokia from Utano Prince Summer. As for waifus, Hanamaru, Hanayo, Kanon, Konata, and Sonoko. So yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of a trend for the first 3. Love Live all the way. And lastly is favourite seinen, I think that's how you say it, sorry. Anime or manga, Great Teacher Onizuka. That is an amazing series, another one that I've done a Bibi's pick on, and really enjoyed making that one. It's such a funny series. If you haven't seen it yet, I would say that the demographic for that one would be like ages between 14 or 15 to adult, just because it has a few more adult themed jokes and all that kind of stuff. It's still very immature, but I absolutely love this anime. So yeah, Great Teacher Onizuka. SPB has a few questions for me. So favourite Yuri anime or manga? I would have to say it would be Sakura Kiss and Bloom Into You. So Sakura Kiss is an anime that released back in, I want to say 2016. It's a little bit of an older one, and I just remember enjoying it a lot. I also remember wanting it to have a dub, but it never got dubbed, sadly. And Bloom Into You is a little more recent. I think it released in either 2018 or 2019. Sadly, it is a read the manga end, which I absolutely hate, which we'll come back to later on in the video, because there is also a question about that. So yeah, I would have to say probably those two though. Favourite yaoi would have to be Gravitation and Yuri on Ice. I haven't really watched a lot of yaoi anime, but the ones that I have seen I absolutely adored. Gravitation is like one of my older anime that I watched back when I was, I want to say 15 or 16. Back when here in Christchurch we could go and rent out our anime from Game Station. This one's an interesting one. Favourite fandom that's outside of anime and manga. So let's see, I love reality TV. Some of my favourites, which is very trashy, would have to be America's Next Top Model. Back when I was younger and thinner, I wanted to be a model, and I always wished that there was a New Zealand top model, which there was, but by that point I was kind of out of the like I want to be a model thing, so I didn't even end up going and trying out for that. The New Zealand Next Top Model was just a shambles, to be honest. But yeah, Next Top Model, Project Runway is another one, which I don't think they're making anymore, which is a real shame because I really enjoyed that one. There was one where artists would make prosthetics for movies and stuff. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I really enjoyed that one. And a recent one that I've been watching is Australia's top Lego creator. I can't remember what, like, it's a competition of people building stuff with Lego. I can't remember the name of it, but really loved that one as well. And of course I can't forget Hell's Kitchen because Gordon Ramsay, absolutely love him. Let's see, sci-fi, I really enjoyed Doctor Who from David Tennant season up till when Capaldi comes in. I've seen like half of Capaldi's season, and like, he's a decent actor, but I just feel like that the show started to go downhill, especially with the change of, I think it was director or writers, which kind of just made it and like the more recent seasons, apparently they've been chucking in all of these like agendas, trying to say something, you know. I want to watch my show without you pushing your own agenda on me, thanks. So I haven't seen the newest Doctor, the female Doctor, and of course there are other shows which I suppose they'll be sitcoms, or I'm not 100% sure on what like category they'll be in. I enjoyed Walking Dead. I stopped watching when, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, like, block your ears, or I'll go like that, like, to let you know that it's okay to turn the sound back up. But I stopped watching when Rick left the show, so yeah, I feel like they did a disservice letting him go. But sounds like that he might be coming back. I don't know, but I'm like 3 seasons behind, maybe 4. I don't know how many seasons behind, but I'm definitely behind. Okay, you can come back now. Desperate Housewives, I used to watch it all the time. It was on while I was at karaoke. I used to go to karaoke a lot back in the day. So what I'd do is I'd put it on to record, and I'd go to karaoke, then come back and watch Desperate Housewives and Grey's Anatomy. I have not seen all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy. There are far too many. What are some of the other ones? Oh, and Gilmore Girls. Absolutely love Gilmore Girls. I have nearly all of it on DVD, I believe. Oh, also Charmed. Love Charmed. So those are kind of the shows that I'm into. It's a big mixed bag. Vanilla asks one very quick question, and that's, new hentai figure review sometime soon? Yep. I'll probably say it will be out next week. I plan on putting out a lot of figure reviews. I am still looking at moving, so I can't really open up a lot of the ones that I've got kind of stored until I move, because moving figures is going to be a bitch. So I kind of, yeah, I don't want to open up too many figures before then, but I do have some in the works. So yeah, they'll be soon. Jonathan Cadot asks, what is my favourite trope and least favourite trope in anime? So, as I said, we were going to kind of get back to what I said earlier. One of my least favourite tropes would have to be read the manga end. That's when it's like open-ended, but there's more to the story, and instead of putting it into the anime, you have to go and read the manga or read the light novel to be able to get the full story, which is like, no, I want to watch my anime. Let me watch my anime. So some of the series that I have watched that suffer from this would have to be Air Gear. Apparently they didn't continue the anime past where they did, because it starts to get very dark and slightly, not raunchy as such, but there's a lot more like boobage and fighting and just not what they wanted the anime to be, I think, because the anime was a little bit more child oriented in a way, so, which is a real shame, because that series was really good and it would have been great if they continued it on past where they finished it. Vampire Knight is another one that I absolutely adore, and there was a lot of story after they stopped the anime, so it's like, I need my vampire pretty boys, so please make some more. If you haven't read the manga, definitely read the manga. It's really good. If you're not into reading, the anime is still really good, but like, I would want to watch the rest of it in anime form. A more recent one that I watched was Bloom Into You. That one, it finished at a point where it's like, yeah, it can finish there, it seems okay. Apparently in the manga it goes all the way through until they're adults, and they face a lot of trials that we didn't see in the anime that would have been really interesting to see in anime form. Really loved that series, but again, they didn't finish it, which makes me mad. So yeah, those are my least favourite tropes and why I don't like them. My favourite trope would just have to be pretty plain and simple, anime titties and panty shots. What can I say? I'm a degenerate. My friend Alan asked me on Facebook, why does my toaster have 9 settings that turns the bread into charcoal? I would have to say, because your toaster is out to get you and wants to make sure that you don't eat toast ever again. Also, you know, you could just turn the setting down. This one's a really good one from Sky Demolisher. Looking back over all your years of YouTube, what stands out as your cringiest moments? Okay, so looking over all of my videos, I would have to say there are 2 that I would have to pick out. So firstly would have to be my very first video. I was very robotic, I was very uncomfortable in front of the camera. I had absolutely no personality, and it is just cringy to watch, and I cannot believe that people decide to subscribe to me around that time, because yeah, it was bad. Other than that, I'll probably have to say my April Fool's joke that I did a couple of years ago, Trunks vs Piccolo. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to make, but oh my god, it's so cringy. I mean, it's supposed to be cringy, that's exactly why I made it. But I loved making that, and I got a pretty decent reception, so if you haven't seen that one, I'll leave a link down below so then you can go and see my cringiness. Alex Senpai asks, what's your best memories or moments of the community that you have created? I would probably have to say some of my favourite memories would have to be from live streaming, especially when I was a lot more consistent on doing Minecraft live streams like nearly every day. There were a lot of regulars that would come into the chat and have fun and goof around, and I do miss all of that. I miss having all of those same people come in and just have a good time. Once I do move, it is going to make it a hell of a lot easier to be a lot more consistent, and I have a lot of plans for the channel, so yeah, some of that hopefully will come back when it comes to live streaming. Other than that, like, the 12 days of anime has been a huge thing in my life over the past few years. I started doing the 12 days of anime in the first year of my YouTube career, and then I took over as the host, and it's been a wild ride, and I met so many different people, so many different creators through the 12 days of anime. A lot of my really good friends now. So yeah, 12 days of anime would have to be another big highlight in my journey through doing YouTube. And I'd have to say, when I first got fan art, I have a bunch of fan art that I want to like revamp my set with, so then you guys can see all of the nice work. I never thought that I would ever get any fan art, and the fact that I've got some is just amazing and makes me smile. And the last one I have here is from Savage Luffy, who asks, has anything new happened in your life as of late? Other than playing a lot of Animal Crossing, I'd probably have to say having to move sometime this year. As I mentioned before, I was supposed to move in April, and Sadly, because of the coronavirus situation, I had to put that on hold. We're still not really back to normal here in New Zealand. We've nearly eradicated the virus altogether here, so which is amazing, but we're like not out of the woods just yet. We need to still be vigilant and try to social distance and all that kind of stuff, but we can start looking for houses again under strict rules. So I am starting to house hunt again, and fingers crossed that I'm going to be able to find a nice place that I like and that isn't too expensive, because renting is expensive. And favourite anime as of now, I would have to say I really enjoyed Promised Neverland. I watched that recently and really loved it. Cannot wait for the next season. That has sadly been pushed to 2021 because of the outbreak situation, which is fair enough. But I also just finished Yu Yu Hakusho, which I really enjoyed. That has 112 episodes and is an old anime. It came out in, I want to say 1992, I think it was. So I was still very little when it first released. So yeah, that is also a really great anime. It has a whole bunch of OVAs which I haven't seen, so I'm gonna have to sit down and watch those at some point. I'm not 100% sure if those OVAs have been dubbed, sadly. I found them online, but they didn't have English, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, those are the two that I have been really enjoying as of late, and I do want to sit down and watch another long series, so I'm thinking of maybe watching Inuyasha from start to finish. That will be a task, but you know, we'll wait and see. And that is all of the questions I got for this Q&A. Thank you so much everyone who gave me such really interesting questions. I hope that you did enjoy this video. Thank you again to my 2,000 plus subscribers. You are all amazing. Welcome everyone to the Biblet family, and let's see if we can continue to grow and build this community together. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Go and check out all my social media links, which I'm going to leave down below. And if you want to help out the channel and donate, support what I do, there are a few ways that you can donate. I've got a Ko-Fi, which you can do for a one-off donation, or you can become a patron and get an awesome shout out just like Bernard, Linwood, Garfield, Tracy and Luna. They're all awesome Biblioteers and you can become one as well. So from Motomiki guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!